NC Choices is excited to bring MeatSuite.com to North Carolina producers. MeatSuite is an online tool developed to help consumers purchase locally raised meat in bulk for delivery or shipping. MeatSuite was developed by Cornell University in New York and is now being adapted to North Carolina. Go to ncchoices.com and then follow the link to MeatSuite. So as you end up on the main MeatSuite page, North Carolina producers or consumers can go through and search the North Carolina site. For farmers, what you may want to do is come down here to add your farm and sign up to add your farm and list your products. Farm sign up is really simple. It is moderated, so be aware that there may be a time lag between signing up and getting your profile live and up on the site. To start your farm sign up, think about it ahead of time so that you can develop good descriptions of your products and your farming practices. So to do your MeatSuite account, first start by entering your email, then create a password. So scroll down, we get to the farm information, and you'll want to enter your farm name and your contact information, and once again, your farm email. If your farm has a website, you can list it here. And if you wish, you can enter a phone number too for folks to contact you. Now the farm description's where it's important to give some thought as to what you would like to convey. For this example, we'll assume that Joe has a grass-fed beef operation. With the farm description, it's best to think ahead of time as to what you would like to convey to your customers. Also note that what we want to do is focus on what we do well and what we do good, and not belittling either conventional agriculture or other agricultural producers. If you make claims such as organic, you may be asked to provide proof of organic certification. But this is where you want to focus on exactly what sets your farm apart from everyone else. What are your strong points and what do you do well? So ideally in your farm description should extend to more than 1 or 2 sentences, and preferably 2 to 3 paragraphs, but not so long as to be overwhelming when people look at it and not want to read a bunch of information. So short, concise, and to the point, but very descriptive and highlighting your positive attributes. So as you come down here, then you'll need to enter an address for your farm. And when you go to state, it's going to give you 1 or 2 choices, and make sure if you're a North Carolina producer, you're checking North Carolina. Your zip code. This will be key for consumers to be able to search for your farm and other farms in their areas. If you notice here, you can add a single photo to your profile. Give some thought to this and select a photo that gives a good representation of what you do. If you're making a claim to have 100% grass-fed beef, you want to be careful and possibly not post a picture of your animals next to a feed trough where they've been getting grain or eating grain. Down here you can click whether there's any of these attributes that apply, and you can click as many of them that apply. And that pretty well concludes the farm description. Now as you come down, it's time to add your products. Click on the Add Products to your listing, and you'll get to the MeatSuite product form. So our product is beef, and you can select from any of these options. If your option is not listed there, feel free to use the other optional unlisted product to type in. Product pricing type must be selected, and these are one of these must be chosen from. So is it price per pound for hanging weight, which includes processing, whole or live animal pricing at a total price per head, whole live animal pricing at a price per pound live weight, or if you wish to do smaller or larger packages, you can do a flat bulk package. So a flat packaging price and not per pound. This is the way we're going to go with our first product. So our product name could be a 50-pound beef box. And in this 50-pound beef box, we could sell it for $500. Make sure you add the decimal and the cents range, please. And then here's a chance to do a description of the products that you've entered. You can be a little more descriptive than that if you wish, but this could outline, you could even outline that it may include 20 pounds of ground beef, 10 pounds of kebabs, 20 pounds of steaks. And then click this bar to add product, another product to your listing. For a second product category, we'll also add another thing of beef and include it this time as our whole animal purchasing based on hanging weight. If we have offer whole animals, remember this includes your processing based on the carcass weight. Let's just say they're $4.50 per pound for whole animals. In your description, you probably want to list how much it would dress so that they would be prepared for what they might spend. And then a lot of producers will charge extra for smaller portions or charge a little bit higher so the price goes down the more you buy. And so you may want to offer a half animal price separate from your whole animal price if those prices differ. And now once you have entered as many products as you would like, you simply submit listing. Remember, this is a moderated site, so it may take some time before your listing goes live. And always remember that we want to focus on what you and your farm do well and the quality of your products and not be derogatory towards others. Any profiles that don't meet this criteria are subject to not being approved. When you get to MeatSuite.com, one of the first things you may want to do is go through and look at some other farm profiles. To do this, click on Farms, and here you can search farms within a certain mileage of you. At this point, you can select either North Carolina or New York. I'm going to select New York since it has a better population of farms on the site. As you go through, this is just a good way to look at and see how some of the other sites, the other profiles look. As you can see, this one's pretty short. There's no picture to go with it, and you might want to consider a little better description. On the other end of the spectrum, this one has a really good picture, but when you get to the description's a little bit lengthy. You may want to consider trying to find a profile description that's somewhere in the middle of these two. But this is a good opportunity to go through and look at some farm profiles and see what appeals to you as a consumer if you were looking for a farm to purchase from. Make note of what appeals to you and use it in your farm profile.